guys, darlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess with Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who are returning for another weekly, thank you for rejoining me for another one of these readings. And to those of my who are my subscribers, thank you so very much for your love, your loyalty, and support. It means the world to me. I am forever grateful to each and every one of you. I want to mention that I have my first Capella class. People usually call them master classes, but I wanted to do something different and call it a Capella class on reintegrating the divine feminine. I have 3 different sessions for those. If you want more information, you can stick around to the end of the reading, or you can check out the description box below on more information about what that entails and how to book it and the dates and times and things like that. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me or a coaching session, that information is in the description box below. All right. I wish you guys a wonderful, beautiful, motivational, inspiring week, and I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading. How are you today? I hope you are doing very, very well. I wish you a wonderful week, many blessings, so much love, and for the weekend ahead. So, Aries, if you've never been here before, what we're going to do is we're going to see where your overall theme is for this week, what you need to focus on and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about. So you can align yourself with and attract the wonderful blessings that God has waiting for you, and miracles, I should say. Stick around to the end so you can see what other guidance Spirit has for you on how to navigate the energy surrounding you at this time, along with your affirmation and a wellness tip and what crystal will support you. We'll also see what the full moon in Leo is bringing you. It is also occurring when Venus and Mars conjunct exact at 16 degrees of Capricorn. That occurs on February 16th. And then we will see what's going on with your love situation. Okay. All right, Aries, we are ready to go. Let's see what your overall theme is for this week. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please reveal to us for our highest good what the overall theme for Aries is for this week. Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Okay. We have 3 themes. All right, Aries, we have abundance, we have chivalry, and we have compatibility. All right. So bottom of the deck, it's all stemming from spiritual maturity, where based on this compatibility stuff here, it's a lot of us really need to look at being spiritually compatible with someone. Usually when I get these energies in these readings, I usually say you can like margaritas and music. Both of you love those things, but that doesn't necessarily make you compatible, right? We never really, and this is no fault on anyone because I've been through this too, and nobody really teaches us about what's really important in relationships, right? Even with friendships and stuff, like to see why we really want to hang out with people, why we want to surround ourselves with certain energies, with certain individuals, what circles we want to be in, even with the jobs that we hold and the people that we interact with at work. But really for a lot of us want to seek this relationship or romantic partnership, right? But what a lot of us don't really realize is that while we can have some commonalities, it doesn't necessarily make us fully compatible, right? If you don't have the same core values, if you don't have similar goals and aspirations and drive or and things that light you up, on top of how you view spirituality, if you're even spiritual at all. You know, if, you know, one person is spiritual and the other one isn't, that's not gonna that's not gonna bring about a solid foundation for a very healthy, successful relationship. Okay. So this is really about understanding that if you want to be like truly harmonious with someone, it's like a harmonious sacred union. If you want that in your life or this blissful relationship, you will have to first start taking that journey to becoming more enlightened and becoming closer to God, to help you to achieve your true potential and to align yourself with your higher self. Once you do that, you will start to attract a partner who's in the same vibration as you. Okay, so this is what Spirit is really suggesting that you guys look at, Aries. And remember, this is for some of you, not for all of you. This is a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else who's watching this. But remember to keep your unhealthy ego in check and be honest with yourself. We want these beautiful things in our life. We're gonna have to do some work to get them. If you to get something you never had, you're gonna have to do something you never did. All right. So the basis of this is really you stemming from, I see the Hermit card with this, achieving spiritual mastery. On top of the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, where the King and Queen are the masters of spiritual growth and have this enormous spiritual strength, and they're shining their light brightly to the point where their beacon of light is so luminous that they start attracting like the same type of people where they can have this true compatibility between each other, but still have the individuality with each of them, right? It doesn't mean you have to give up, you know, exactly who your authentic self is. But when you are in that truth and you allow that other person to be in their truth too, but again, you still have this not only spiritual maturity, but compatibility, it really brings about a truly harmonious, blissful companionship. It's not just a relationship. That's the other thing. A lot of us want romantic relationships when we should be having the higher form of that, which is the agape level, the highest frequency of all. And those are harmonious companionships. You want a companion, your best friend and your lover and supporter, but not too clingy and not codependent where it's like Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So I'm getting two messages here because some of you need to work on this, on your spiritual mastery, to attract someone who's going to walk with you to that next level of becoming like divine couple, a beacon of hope and faith for others, to show them that true love does true love does exist, and that you can have that like divine counterpart soulmate energy. But you have to get to that level within yourself first so that you can attract that. And again, both of you will get to here. So some of you are going to be working on this. Others of you, this is talking about how you've achieved this already. And now that you're attracting your counterpart or your soulmate, you're now going to be going through another journey together. And it's not going to be quite easy because we have this rough terrain on the left side of the mountain and this lush, fertile ground on the right side. But that's part of life, right? You can't have light without dark type of things. There's going to be challenges, but there's also going to be, you know, prosperity and growth here. So for some of you coming into harmonious sacred union here, you're now going to embark on that journey to get to the top of the mountain where you are going to become that ideal example for what a true harmonious companionship is. And that's what I call the being the divine couple. All right. So again, there's two messages here. So for those of you who need to start working more on your spirituality and being more in alignment with your higher self, if you want to attract that abundance, you have to have an abundance mindset. And remember, abundance isn't just about money. And I know I will admit to that before I thought, oh, abundance is like material wealth and that's it. And then I started to realize there's emotional abundance, there's mental abundance, there's spiritual abundance, there's abundance in friendships, and abundance in having a harmonious companionship with someone. There's even abundance in creativity, where you have all these creative thoughts and ideas and you're not fearful of going after those. You're taking the risks, like the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, and you're just going after what it is you want. And with that creative abundance, that ends up attracting abundance in all forms, right? To include material. So if you really want to align yourself with attracting more of this, Aries, if you're still kind of, either having issues or you're wondering why you don't have more abundance in your life, maybe it's because for some of you, your mentality is focused around the material world. I'm seeing the Devil card with this, more materialism, right? 3D, or even Seven of Cups, or the Nine of Cups in the reverse, where Spirit is really calling for you to be more emotionally abundant first, because when you have that, that raises your vibration to the highest level, and then you start to attract all these riches and all these beautiful things, right? So and that ties into this, right? The spiritual maturity here. And again, focusing more on and aligning yourself with your higher self and being closer to God, and focusing more on you and your well-being from the inner, because your inner wealth is what's going to attract the outer wealth. It's like the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles even, right? You're fulfilled within your own self, and you are creating things for the greater good of humanity, to the point where you're going to start attracting that. And when I talk about abundance from a material standpoint and everything else, I talked about companionships, right? Having an abundance of being with somebody who's very chivalrous, someone who is courteous, very gentlemanly, someone who opens the doors and pulls out your chair and puts on your jacket, your coat, or whatever this is. And it's funny because I had a conversation with this with my son yesterday, because this came out in I think it was Capricorn's reading, and for last week, and he was telling me it's amazing, because my son's like, yeah, so many people think chivalry is dead, and a lot of people say that. But if we're going to say that and believe that, that's exactly what's going to manifest, right? Like, there are no good men, there are no good women in the world. They are there, but sometimes they end up being people that we don't really expect, or we might be seeking too much, or we might be focusing on the wrong things, where maybe with that material mindset, you are attracting things that maybe you might be attracting somebody who's materialistic, right? And who's not chivalrous. That's for somebody here. But when I had this conversation with my son, he was saying that, there are still people who do those nice things out there. And I've actually been teaching my son this, and my son didn't pick it up from his father, because his father was not taught this. So could not expect my ex-husband to understand what this was. And this is what's been happening, especially, usually the males are the chivalrous ones, right? It's kind of like the knight in shining armor. They're not really taught that. So we can't really blame them, because if they didn't see that growing up, if nobody explained this to them, then they're not going to operate in that manner. Now, this is also talking about when somebody is opening doors for you or being very courteous. Oh, let me get that for you, or whatever. We don't say, no, I can do this myself, and I'm going to be, I don't need your help type of thing. We all need help in some way, shape, or form. Some of us think that independence is an excellent thing, and I talked about that. You do not want to be codependent, but you don't want to be so overly independent where you think you can do everything and you have full control, because you are actually blocking you from your true destiny when you do that. You block your abundance when you're trying to prevent people from being courteous to you, for doing kind things to you. There are kind people out in the world. All right, so with this energy here, when we experience people who do these types of things, especially males, and we get agitated, or we say, like, no, 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 I got that, or like, I'm independent, or I don't need this, I don't need anybody to take care of me. That's not part of the divine order. God wants both man and woman, or whomever, a companionship for each person, to have somebody to back them up or to support them. It's a support system. God did not intend for anyone to be alone, unless it's actually part of that person's purpose. But I'm not sure if that's the case, but there's some sort of support regardless. There's nobody out there who's going to really fully survive on their own, no matter what they think. And I know, Aries, for some of you, with that ambition and drive that you have, sometimes, and this is not a knock on you, but this is just part of your nature. And there's a shadow side to each sign, right? And for Aries, sometimes they can focus too much on the me, too much independence. But then what ends up happening is that people start seeing you as, again, this is the perception of other people. Perceptions of other people do not make who you are. But if you're experiencing people who are looking at you like, I can't approach Aries because they're too standoffish, or they're way too independent, and it's like, I want to do something for them, but then they come back and they don't appreciate it, or they come back and say, no, no, like, what, I'm fully okay and I have to have full control. You're doing yourself a disservice, because what you end up doing is you are blocking the blessings and abundance that God is trying to give you, especially if they're trying to be given to you by other people. So when we come across people who are chivalrous, we should say thank you, express gratitude, because you know what that's going to do for whoever is doing that, especially if it's a male. They're going to continue to do that, because what's happened is some males have, and it's happened with my divine counterpart. My counterpart, very, very gentlemanly. He's very traditional. The first date we ever went on, he opened my door, all the doors, the car door even, when I got in, when I got out. He put on my jacket that night. He took it off. He put it on. We were going to leave. He was pulled out the chair, everything. Okay. And I had never experienced that before. And I'm saying this story because somebody needs to hear this. So when I went to get out of my door, no. When we went to his house, he's like, I will drive. I'm like, okay, cool. I went to open my door and he stopped me. He goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to get into your car. And he goes, I'm supposed to do that for you. And I said, what? And he said, has nobody ever opened a car door for you? I said, no. And I was being completely honest. And all my life before I met my divine counterpart on that first date, I had never experienced this. And I was like, no, I got it. And he actually got a little bit agitated. He goes, Jess, let me do this for you for once. And I let him do it. And he ended up picking up everything else, not just the tab, but opening. Even when we got to our destination, I sat there and I waited. I was like, is he really going to open the door? He got out, he got around the car, and he opened my door. And he took his hand out so that I could more easily get out of the car. And let me tell you, I have never experienced that ever in my life. Very courteous. But what happened was, later on, as we got to know each other, he got triggered because he thought that I was going to take advantage of that, because to include his ex-wife and other people that he dated, they were not appreciative of this about him, so he stopped doing it. He was like, what's the point? And we've all heard the term, nice guys finish last, right? They really don't. And it's a shame, because we have to acknowledge that type of kindness that comes from them. And some of us can think, well, they're doing it because of an ulterior motive. Yeah, we do have people who do that, but you got to trust your intuition on this, Aries. So you experience that type of behavior. Spirit is really is suggesting, guiding you to be appreciative and be gracious for people who act that way. And when we are preventing others from being kind to us, and it doesn't have to be about somebody opening your doors and stuff. It could be like, hey, Aries, you know what? I see you're kind of struggling, or let me help you with this. let that person help you. Especially if you've been praying for something or expecting something to happen, Aries, and God is sending you a generous person to you, you're denying what God is trying to give you. You prayed for it and you are blocking it when you've asked for it, okay? And now, with compatibility here, again, it's not just the margaritas and the music stuff, and I'm just so saying that only because of my experience with my divine masculine. But you see how these two people, they're on the same rug, they're flying on the same bird, they're dressed the same, but one's female, one's male. He's got a beard, he's got dark brown hair, she's got like orangey hair, right? And they're passing each other. They're like, hey. They're very much alike, but they're different too. They maintain their independence, but they know that they're compatible, but they're compatible because it's a spiritual nature. They have things about them that make them who they are, and they're in alignment with their higher selves, but they still respect each other's differences. And the differences between them, they're not low vibrational, right? It's like what I talked about. One is spiritual and the other one isn't. That is not going to build a solid foundation for a harmonious, successful companionship. But let's say one doesn't like margaritas and the other one does. That's fine, right? Or one person, has more friends than the other. That's fine. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like we don't have to, having commonalities with things isn't just it when it comes to compatibility. It's really about our souls. And it's about how we view the world. And this could even talk about, for somebody here, even about having a family or having children. I've seen too many relationships where they get married and then afterwards one of them says, okay, I'm ready to have kids. And the other one says, wait, what? I don't want kids. And then I've seen it where the person who caves, who doesn't want the kids, they cave, and then the relationship doesn't work out. And then the family's growing or whatever. But then there's discourse in the family and there's issues. Anyway, I can get into a tangent with that. But that might be for somebody here that you need to hear, because when you have your heart set on something and you are passionate about something and somebody does not respect it, or somebody doesn't understand it fully, or they don't see the passion that you have, and they're like, well, why are you so passionate about that? Then that will cause issues later on down the line. Sure, somebody might not be as passionate as you are about something, but if they're trying to change you, or if they're trying to say, like, why are you going that route when you should be going this route or whatever, that is not going to be a fulfilling relationship down the road. All right? But when you get into alignment with who you are spiritually, who you are supposed to be in this world, you start to attract somebody who's like your equal, but you're still going to have those differences. But it's those minute differences that are not going to throw the relationship off, the companionship off. Okay. And sometimes even with this energy here, maybe somebody who is has this energy about them. They're trying to show you something. Maybe this person is actually going to be the one who's going to bring you about this abundance that you are seeking. But it starts with you first. And again, chivalry is not dead. It really isn't. And that's what, even for my own son, His father can't teach him that because his father has no concept of this because it's never been in his family. I can't fault him for that. But I am teaching that to my son. And so many people, when he opens doors for people, I talked to him about this. So many people come to me and say, "Wow, that's your son?" I said, "Yes." What a gentleman! Like, you did a great job. He's going to be like a great man. And it's not. I don't do it for the accolades or for the praise, and my son feels good about it. So what does my son do? He does more of it. But he understands that when people need help, and he's there to help them, no matter who they are, he's gonna do it without expecting anything in return, even if somebody doesn't say anything. I even open doors for people. And some people look at me funny because these days it's like even something as simple as that isn't necessarily common. Sometimes I get a thank you, sometimes I don't. And when I don't get a thank you, I can't get bitter about it. I have to know doing that I did my deed, that I was trying to be courteous, I was being nice. See, because I can even be chivalrous. We all need help in some way, shape, or form. We cannot do everything on our own. And then we start to realize that we end up becoming more compatible with those when we are expressing ourselves in a way that we're not holding ourselves back, or we're not trying to be someone that we're not. And we're releasing that need to be overly materialistic and be like, well, having that control. It's like, well, I need to do this my way, and this is the way I'm going to attract abundance, and this is how I'm going to do things. But again, if somebody's trying to come into your life, Aries, who is going to help you attract this, let them do it. You're going to know if someone is doing it for an ulterior motive, okay? Trust your gut on this. Like Queen of Cups energy, High Priestess even, because some of you may be very intuitive and you would know. But this energy here really needs to make a comeback. More so than it's starting to now. And for those who are already acting this way, now if you're a male watching this and you've been this chivalrous kind of knight in shining armor type of person, and people have not been appreciative of that, as hard as this is going to be for you, keep doing it. God is seeing your kind-hearted nature. It's not your fault that other people are not going to be appreciative of Aries, for those of you who are male watching this, okay? God sees that. Keep doing that, because if you go the opposite way and you're going to be a little bit rigid or a little bit resentful because of it, you're going to attract people who are not going to be at that level that you really are to begin with. Okay? For others of you, because you've achieved spiritual maturity here, abundance is coming in. There's somebody coming here. I talked about a sacred union. Somebody may be giving you roses or flowers or something like that. Somebody is going to be your knight in shining armor. They're going to be doing a lot of things for you. They may be showering you with gifts. They're going to show you how much they appreciate you. They're going to show you how much they love you. They're not just going to tell you, because words, they really don't mean anything. They don't. Actions speak louder. This is also telling me that this person is really seeing now that you are compatible, because probably before they didn't think so because of one way or the other. Maybe they thought it wasn't going to work out because you guys lived at a distance. I'm seeing Chariot card here, distance cards. Maybe they thought it wasn't going to work out because they viewed sex one way and you viewed it another way. Yet what they started to realize is that the whole sex thing, they were looking at it from like a very low place. And maybe that's why they thought that they weren't going to be compatible with you. This is for some of you, not for all of you, okay? I'm picking up on a lot of stuff. But They now see you as their equal. They see you guys are both in vibrational alignment. When I see this card here, for those of you coming into union, you are in vibrational alignment with your person. And now this person, yeah, I'm hearing it again, showering you with gifts. I'm seeing Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles with this. Allow them to be kind. Allow them to take the lead. I will say, Aries, when I had a discussion, God interrupted my prayer before I did a Sagittarius reading about a month ago or so. And he was telling me about my divine masculine. He said, God said to me, allow your divine masculine, he said his name, but I won't say his name here, to take the lead. That is his role as the ultimate provider and protector. That is the ultimate role of the divine masculine. The ultimate role of the divine feminine is the nurturer and caretaker. But no one oversteps the boundaries of those roles. The divine masculine doesn't overtake the feminine's role, and the feminine does not overtake the masculine's role. Because that is part of the divine order. It doesn't mean that the divine feminine is a follower. They're both equals. They're both in a vibrational alignment, but God is overseeing that connection. And for the divine masculine, this is part of that leadership of doing things for the feminine, because he understands and respects divine feminine and what her role is. And he does these things because the feminine acknowledges and respects him for fulfilling his role. Not only is the ultimate provider protector, but having this gentlemanly type of energy. Okay? That's how God wanted it. That is part of the divine order. It started off that way. If you guys want to go back into history, we've fallen off of that. Some men are trying to be too controlling. Some women are trying to be too controlling. And there's where the clash comes. And that's why there's incompatibility start to surface. God gave masculines and feminines particular roles. But they work together and they support each other for the greater good of humanity. However, the masculine is the one who is being called by God to lead. They were designed for it. The females, the feminines too, they lead as well, but in a different aspect of life. They give the divine love and nurturing to the masculine to help them to thrive. It's the love that gives them the ability to take on that very challenging role, because some masculines have a hard time with fulfilling such a very prominent role in this world. And sometimes they think they can't take all of that for fear of failure or other things. But God has always given them what they needed. But a lot of them haven't really believed that. So I can go on for hours with that. It's funny because I said the same thing in Capricorn's reading, and somebody made a comment saying, I would like for you to expand more on that tangent. But, you know, I'm going to have to figure that out. All right, Aries, let's see what you need to focus on for this week. What does Aries need to focus on for this week? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Alrighty. We have the Seven of Pentacles. All right. We talked about spiritual maturity, achieving spiritual mastery, right? This is about, in order to achieve that, you are going to be investing on your personal growth. Investing in you. Spend a little time and invest in you, Aries. This is now the time for you to start putting, not just putting your money where your mouth is, but this is really about, for some of you, it's literally spending money on things that are going to better yourself, that are going to help you to self-transform and to grow as an individual, because we're here to grow, learn, and evolve. If we don't, we remain stagnant and we don't really fully realize our true potential. Okay, because there are always greater things for us during this lifetime. So a lot of you are being called to start signing up for classes, signing up for learning about more things. If you're planning on building a business, take some business courses, take meditation courses, yoga. It could even be tying into what your passions are, whether it's music or writing or something along those lines, right? It's like for me, when I went through my awakening, I stopped spending money on things that were just like, whatever. And I got myself a Mind Valley subscription for a year. I got my bank accounts. I registered for my trademark that I got in October of 2021. I invested in my business. I invested in my self-growth. Um, Even getting things like decks of cards and stuff for my altar, and planning out how I was going to do this, and buying my web space, all of that stuff I invested in. That was part of me. Part of it was for my actual personal growth, my healing, my evolution of the soul. The other part of it dealt with investing in my business. So some of you are being called to do that. There's also a sense of being patient. Okay. Good things come to those who wait. Good things take time to manifest. And with the abundance, guys, it's like, just continue to allow God to work his magic, because it's all about God's timing. It's not about our timing. And I know a lot of us have a problem with that. And let me tell you, for me, especially with divine union with my counterpart, I thought, and I'm going to be completely vulnerable with you guys, that I thought, okay, once I achieved union with self and I got myself going on my life's purpose, that, okay, my masculine was ready and then we were going to come into union. That was it. That is not the case. Because God still has to work more on me a little bit to test me to see if I'm ready, and more on my person. Just because I'm in alignment does not mean that my person's in alignment. Okay? So this is about patience. Let nature take its course. We all know that when we plant a seed, the tree, the flower, the plant does not grow overnight. Especially if you're building a pine tree, you're growing a pine tree and not a tulip. That pine tree is going to take some time, right? And for some of you, if you have some really big goals and dreams and big manifestations, the bigger manifestation, the longer it will take to come to fruition into the physical, okay? Just continue to persevere, all right? Especially if you've already started on your spiritual journey and your growth and stuff like that, you're wondering, where is this abundance or something, or what's going on? But again, there could be people who are trying to help you to further along on your journey, but it's like, well, I'm not going to spend my money on that. That course sounds too expensive to me. But if it ends up if it ends up plopping into your lap, so to speak, Aries, the help that you were seeking is came right in front of your face. But it's like some of you are being reluctant to actually invest your time, money, and energy into whatever God is bringing to you. Okay? And it doesn't have to be somebody who's opening doors and stuff like that. Chivalry could just be, with that generosity and that kindness. I'm trying to help you. And for some of you, it's coming to you, but apparently there's a money thing here. Either there's an issue with your finances, or you're thinking you'd rather spend money on something else that isn't for your highest good, that isn't for your personal growth. Because I'm reading this now, and I read intuitively with the energy of this. If in the reverse, the shadow side of this card is making poor investments that are not for your highest good, that aren't going to give you a return. So with spiritual growth and stuff, be patient, because it's a process. but allow people to help you get there. If you know you need help and you're struggling and you're like, I'm kind of stuck in my journey. And then all of a sudden God brings you people or a person. Hey, take this class. Hey, do this. Or here, I can help you with that. Or do this, invest in this, or whatever this is that's coming to you. Take up on that opportunity. Embrace that opportunity. I'm hearing, don't just sit around and wait. Invest in whatever this is. Okay? And look what shows up. I talked about the Two of Cups, the reverse. Now, this could just be, as opposed to you investing in yourself, yeah, it could be with your personal growth to help you to be more compatible with someone. These are like-minded people. Start investing your time, money, and energy with like-minded people. Find more of your soul tribe. If you're looking for help with regards to either coming into union with someone, your counterpart, or finding a soul tribe, or, finding friendships with those who are going to be supportive, now's the time to do it, Aries. Now's the time to do it. See, I talked about that. That's this right here. Compatibility, where you're on the same page. Similar goals, aspirations, dreams, core values. Some of you are going to have to let some old friendships go or karmic relationships go, because some of you are investing too much of your time, energy, and money probably in these types of inauthentic relationships. Okay. Others of you, it's time for you to start looking more into these. Or if you know there are people who are coming to you, like I said, who are going to help you grow, start spending more time with them. Invest your time in them and not in the people who are not going to help you grow, who are not going to kind of give you a little bit of a boost. Others of you, with those coming into union, I said it, that is a union card, but this is more of you guys are now in vibrational alignment, which is exactly what I was saying with the compatibility card. You are now ready to give and receive love because you have achieved that spiritual mastery and you are both vibrating at the same vibration. This is what gets you the Two of Cups. You attracted the person who's at your level, who's at your vibration. And for those of you who are now ready for this partnership, okay, it's like you've hit the jackpot. You're going to reap, you're reaping what you sow. You're going to get your rewards for all the hard work you put into this, into yourself, that is. This is for those of you who invested time, money, and energy in yourself all of this time. Maybe for 7 years, because I'm looking at the number 7. Okay? Again, that's going to resonate with only like a few of you, not with everybody. There's something about 7 years, or at least one person. You've been working on yourself for about 7 years. Okay? Now, I'm hearing that the wait is over. You've been patient for this to come in, for you to achieve this union here. And now you're going to be rewarded for being that patient. And it's not just going to be getting this true love here, true partnership, the blissful companionship. There's also some sort of financial reward with this. Is what I'm getting. Reaping your harvest. A goal has been completed. You've achieved union with self, and now your soul is your person. Now you're gotta exchange your cups here. There's abundance here. With this type of love, right? Abundant in true love and material wealth, okay? Look what's underneath the Two of Cups, the stars. The stars are aligned. I talked about being vibrationally compatible, right? The stars have aligned. So now you are ready for this. This is for those of you who've done that work, and you know if you've been high vibrational most of the time, and you're not in pain, and you're not complaining, and you're not suffering, and all that stuff. This is for you. Renewal, rejuvenation. Your wish is granted. Others of you continue to be patient with regards to this union. Like I said, the bigger the manifestation, the longer it takes, because some of you, it's going to be a big thing. What's coming is going to be unexpected here. Your wish is going to be granted, but in a way you never thought possible. There's like a miracle here. So they want you to have hope and faith. All right. Continue to be patient because, again, good things take time. Divine timing's at play. Some of you need to continue to be patient a little while longer. Maybe 2 weeks, 2 months, because I'm looking at the number 2. But this talks about you have to wait for the stars to align. This is part of the union. I know my God was telling me this when I was asking about what was required and all these things. And then when I started to learn more about astrology, you don't want to come into a union when, you know, there's like a T-square going on or other things, because that's going to cause complications. And now that all the planets are direct, this is going to be a big thing. And I'll get into later about the unions and stuff, but have hope and faith in this. Because what God is doing is that he's waiting for perfect orchestration. He's waiting for the astrological transits to be aligned in such a way that it's going to make this union, you know, really harmonious is what I'm hearing. See, look, 3 of Cups at the top of the deck. Some of you, you have to celebrate life. Don't focus on union so much. Continue to find like-minded friends, your soul tribe, okay, who are going to support you with your growth. It could be like investing in some sort of community or some sort of business where you can meet up with other like-minded people, or some website or something like that, all right? But also about just have fun. Go with the flow. Enjoy yourself. Again, find those like-minded people. All right, let's see what you need to avoid for this week. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What does Aries need to avoid for this week? Thank you. Wow. We have all major arcanas. We have the Justice card, the Strength card, and the World cards at the bottom of the deck. Something's trying to close for you. Aries, you're feeling stagnant. You're feeling that nothing is changing, that the world isn't turning, perhaps. But that's because there's somebody trying to come in or who's trying to help you with your personal growth or something, and you got to invest your time, money, and energy into that. Maybe there's delay tactics, or there's some sort of stagnation here. If you really want something, Aries, you're gonna have to get it. You really have that within you, because you have that fire within you, Aries. So just let the universe, let God close this cycle out for you. Whatever this is, something needs to end here, okay? Something really needs to end here. There may be disappointment. You thought that maybe your business would be successful, or or maybe you're delaying actually investing and putting the money and energy towards your business or something like that. That's for those of you who this is a business thing. Lack of completion. You start something and you don't finish because it's taking too long, and maybe you want to see success right away. It's kind of like, this is not DoorDash, right? I keep hearing about the microwave generation and, microwave this. Everyone wants things instantaneously and fast. And you're disappointed because it's not coming quick enough. That's why patience is needed, okay? Whether it's a business or love or anything like this. Some of you are like trying to see closure on something. You want to close the door to something, but there's something that you need to be waiting on, and God's already giving you something to kind of help you with this. Or maybe some of you are trying to take shortcuts. You're trying to rush something, okay? It's like, again, with this patience, you have to get away from being disappointed when something doesn't finish completely. And the World card is the last card of the hero's journey. It's the last card of the major arcana. When you start off as the Fool and get to the World, depending on what you've been called to do or what your karmic debt is or what's in your birth chart, it may take you a long time to get to the World stage, to have come full circle and have that success and completion, being ultimately fulfilled. So don't focus on this disappointment for whoever this is. And whatever it is that is going on, with you working on yourself, continuing on your personal growth here, and towards harmonious union for some of you, or continuing on and investing your time, money, and energy in your business. And just remember, good things take time. If you've already been working towards something, Aries, you're already planting the seeds. Just plant the seeds that are going to grow flowers and trees and apple orchards and things, not weeds, right? Remember, what you reap is what you sow. But if you're trying to take shortcuts and trying to, so you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing putting Miracle Grow on the seeds that you've planted, when God's been telling you to stop utilizing Miracle Grow and just be cognizant of keeping up with the fertilizer and watering the plants as opposed to try to rush it. All right? That's what I'm hearing. Strength and justice here. Okay, we have Leo energy and we have Libra. So this is about maintaining that strength. Some of you may be losing that oomph or whatever. It's like that may be causing you to be stagnant or not finish things, because it's like you're losing your light. You are maybe losing hope and faith type of thing. But Spirit is really calling for you to muster up that courage and confidence to push through with whatever this is. Don't allow yourself to not believe in yourself, okay? You have to believe in your abilities, that you have what it takes to get to your destination, to achieve those goals, to have that business, to have union with your counterpart. Some of you really need to start asking God, to augment your strength here, to help to keep you going. With this stagnation here, it's like, yeah, some of you are losing steam, but you have to persevere. That's what the Seven of Pentacles is. It's perseverance. Because again, for some of you, it's probably a karmic lesson of yours to be patient, Aries. And it's not a knock on you guys, because it could be challenging. And I will say, like, my father is Aries sun, and I love my father to death, but I know for him it's kind of hard for him to not do everything on his own, and to want things to happen quickly or to happen his way, right? It's kind of something that he's been having to work on, but it's like for Aries, with that independence and that fire, you're ruled by Mars, the warrior energy, that drive. Sometimes you want to take the lead, and then when you take the lead, it's like, I need to have this done quickly, because fire energy is fast energy. It's the second fastest. So there's something here where this has to be done. But that's why for some of you, part of your karmic lessons is learning to have patience and to understand that nature has to do its thing and God has to work his magic, that it's all according to God's plan, not your plan. It's his will. Okay. So yeah, there's like low self-esteem here. It's lack of self-confidence. You're doubting. Don't doubt this. But also don't let your ego get the best of you either. The unhealthy ego. Justice here. Some of you, you're not learning your karmic lessons. That's what justice is about. This is about learning our karma. Learning those lessons so we don't do them anymore, and then the abundance starts coming in, because when we don't learn our karmic lessons, we're not going to get our karmic payout. Right? That could be why with this, God's trying to give you the karmic payout here for some of you, Aries, but there's this doubt. You don't believe that this will happen because you were hoping that it would happen faster than you expected. But again, the Seven of Pentacles, you have to let nature take its course. Everything happens in divine timing. God knows exactly when the right time is for you, especially with regards to a business or union or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Okay? You can't blame other people. You can't point fingers. You can't blame yourself either or feel guilty. There's an imbalance here with regards to understanding what you're responsible for and understanding the consequences of your actions. This is cause and effect here, right? Especially with regards to when you plant the seed, you can expect that whatever you planted to grow. And as I said, if you planted a tulip, it's going to take a little bit less time than if you planted a seed for a pine tree, if you get that, okay? I'm hearing something about balancing your thought processes. I don't know, because Libra is air energy, right? But some of you need to understand that blaming isn't really going to help you. Victimhood isn't going to help you. You can't avoid your karma anymore. If you think things are unjust or unfair, let God handle that. God handles the Justice Department. When you let God handle the Justice Department, watch how things work in your favor when you don't try to control it. You don't let your ego get in the way. Okay? Because when you try to control things, you are trying to control the wheel. And when you control the wheel of fortune, you can't progress forward to the next journey where you move from the world to the full. All right? And those are three majors down there. And what you need to avoid. There's some huge life transitions, things that you really need to be learning right now. Okay? And for some of you, it's patience. As they say, good things come to those who wait. Not everything has to be rushed. Let's see what your guidance is for this week. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please reveal to us for highest good. What guidance do we have for Aries? Oh, and the other message for those coming into union, yep, things are going to work out in your favor. God is now balancing the scales in this connection. All right. You have learned your lessons. Both of you have learned your lessons. You are now both equal. You're at the same level, right? You're vibrationally in alignment here. And now God is going to bring justice, balance to this connection. And because this is ruled by Libra, this is a balance in this partnership, in this relationship, okay? Some of you, you're getting a huge karmic payout. You're really reaping your rewards for the lessons that you've learned. Your karma is going to be repaid to you sevenfold, I'm hearing. There's a lot of abundance here. I said not just with this connection here, not just the true love connection, abundance in that true love here, but I said you're getting rewards for being patient and for not trying to knock over the scales. Some of you, wow, you're getting some nice karmic payout here. For those of you who've waited, well, you were patient and you continue to grow, learn, and evolve, and you continue to follow your mission. Some of you have learned your life's lessons. You've paid off that karmic debt, and now you're going to be rewarded. This is also a union of opposites, too, with the Strength card here. Aries, you have been able to tame the beast within, and you were able to tame the beast within your counterpart. There's recovery here. Okay. There's also something about, in this connection, there might have been strong sexual desires here that kind of caused the relationship to not be balanced, but that is balancing now. And yeah, things are coming to an end. It's the end of this part of your life. I'm also hearing it's the end of separation for those of you who've done the hard work. And there's a new journey awaiting you. Endings and new beginnings. You're going to be living a completely different life, Aries. All right. I forgot about that part. We have Azurite, get laser focused, and Garnet, ignite your passion. What was I talking about passion? Look at that. Look at that. When two people are passionate about the same things, oh my gosh, are there fireworks all over the place. Black Kyanite, set strong boundaries. Okay. Let's read the Azurite card. So yeah, with that Seven of Pentacles, I was talking about investing your time in people who are more like-minded. All right, get laser focused. Bring a laser focus to all areas of your life. If you direct your full attention to one thing at a time, you will be more efficient and productive in everything you do. Life is busy and it can pull you in many different directions. Staying focused and disciplined can help you avoid pivoting toward unwelcome distractions. You have the ability to control where your mind goes. Harness its power to bring awareness to your thoughts and stay on track. What does being focused look like to you? What areas of your life would benefit from more focused attention? What do you need to focus on today? Our affirmation is, I harness the power of my attention to support my goals. Today, pick a single task and commit to finishing it before you begin the next. See, last talking lack of completion. You're not finishing things. You're trying to rush things and not taking your time on that. Garnet is ignite your passion. We'll pull up the Garnet card. There we go. You need a little spice in your life. Light a match to kindle your fiery, passionate nature. The heated energy that comes from raw passion will fuel your sense of excitement in everything you do. Instead of succumbing to what at times can be the monotony of everyday routines, approach the people and projects in your life with enthusiasm and renewed vigor. This perspective will energize all areas of your life, including your relationships, career, challenges, and projects. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What lights a fire in your soul? How can you bring more passion to some of the less exhilarating parts of your day? Your affirmation is, my inner fire brings passion to every day. Today, do one thing or listen to a song that gets you fired up. That's also the energy of Leo, right? Leo's about passion. What lights you up? Fiery stuff. See, I was talking about some of the light is being dimmed. You guys are dimming your light. Some of you are dimming your light. The bottom of the deck is Black Kyanite. Set firm boundaries. Creating strong boundaries enables healthy relationships. However, sometimes that requires saying no when the people in your life ask things of you. It's important for your own self-care to separate your own needs from those of others as part of your day-to-day routine. Instead of giving to others until your cup is empty, set limits to assure you have enough love and energy left to nurture all your valued relationships in a healthy way over the long term. Resist any feelings of guilt. Stand strong in your power and own your boundaries. What boundaries do you need to create? Which are non-negotiable for you, and where can you be flexible? Your affirmation is, I care for myself and others by maintaining firm boundaries with the people in my life. Today, say no to a request and own your choice without explanation. So somebody here might be confused because I was talking about, for some people who are like opening doors, being generous, right? And as I said, for me, when you're doing those types of things, they don't say thank you, just like let that slide. However, if you're dealing with people that you know, okay, and you're being overly generous just because you want to stay with that person, and again, there may be something with money, maybe giving too much of your money, too much of your time, that's when you got to pull yourself back. All right, that's with like people that you know, who it could be somebody who's taking advantage of you or something like that. So we're now going to look at what the full moon in Leo is bringing you. Again, it occurs on February 16th, which is in about a week or so from when I'm recording this. At the same time, Mars and Venus are conjuncting at 16 degrees of Capricorn. Romance might start flaring up for some of you, and that could actually indicate maybe for a few that union may occur on that day or around that time. But again, it's all in God's timing. Surrender to the divine, the full moon. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. Bottom of the deck is, there's the Libra energy. A win-win outcome is forecast, a full moon in Libra. They want me to read the full moon in Libra first, and I'm looking at the wrong book. All right. Full moon in Libra. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're about to start a new relationship, or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card could also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Let go of that which is falling away. Additional meanings are: see the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. And we have get laser focused. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is a great time for a makeover. Full moon in Libra encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. I will read the new moon in Virgo. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it, so if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these into your routines now, however you've been feeling. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. Recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. Gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to detail if you want success. Be of service to others, and love and money will flow. The person you're asking about is reliable. Virgo is the sign of health, service, and analysis. Its energy is precise and has a feel of the harvest about it. The Seven of Pentacles. When this card comes up, it could be that a wonderful bounty is coming your way. However, the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order, so that's what you need to do at the time of the Virgo new moon and whenever else you pull this card. And then the full moon was surrendering to the divine. I guess it's at the front here. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed, but it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface no matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card. Matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. I am getting the answers I need. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. Okie dokie. And we talked about it's the full moon in Leo. So there's a win-win for you here, Aries. All right, let's check your love stuff. What's going on with love for Leo? Look, I split the deck and it's balance and reflection. Wow. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please reveal to us for our highest good. This is always a hard deck to shuffle. I'm looking at the Freedom card. What's going on with Aries' love situation? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, I love this. Look how beautiful this card is. It's the dove. Peace. Find peace. You find it within yourself. Forgiveness, acceptance, and tolerance bring you peace. See what it says. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. It's a beautiful card right there. Bottom of the deck. Give thanks for the blessings of love are soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. All right, Aries, if you would like a personal reading or a coaching session, check the description box below for information on that, or hop on over to capellawellness.com. Check out my service suite there, and you'll find all types of services that I offer. Again, about the reintegrating the divine feminine class that I am teaching. It occurs on February 13th, 20th, and 27th of 2022. We're going to be going over an 8-step process that I've developed to help you really embody and reintegrate into those energies, embody them, and really fully become the divine feminine so you can really achieve your true potential and fulfill your true destiny. It's a 90-minute class and very little seats there because I wanted to make it smaller than my Capella circle sessions that I did before. So this is a very empowering class, and this is based off of I will talk about how I was able to achieve union with self and how I stepped into my divine feminine power to become the divine feminine Christ in preparation for my union, harmonious union with my counterpart. And we'll also have a Q&A session at the end and a meditation to help with supporting what we go over in that class. So I have links. I have a link to all the sessions there in the description box below, or if you go to capellawellness.com, please check out the coaching category of my Capella service suite. You will see listings for all of the classes there. They will occur at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and all of those classes will occur on Sundays, okay? All right, Aries, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so, so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.